Howdy, and welcome back to Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. Today we got something for our Commonwealth and Dutch viewers. This is Matchbox's issue of the Brewster Buffalo. This was first issued in 1974. It's a 72nd scale kit, part of their PK series. This is PK number 24. This was part of the original line of kits that they had produced. You've got fantastic artwork here by Roy Huxley. I think he, gets the excitement that you see through some of the Roy Cross artwork. Not quite as tight as Roy Cross's stuff, but a little more painterly. But I still think a very evocative stuff, and sold a lot of their kits as well. So you've got a side opening box here. It's highlighted here as being a two-color kit, something that Matchbox was very famous for doing. And you've got trademarking stuff here, and a little bit of information about the cover artwork here. Not very accurate, as it turns out in some of my research, I believe. We'll get into that a little bit later, but pretty nice little artwork on the cover. On the side here, we've got some of their other aircraft that they're making: a Tempest, a Mirage 3, Thunderbolt, Me-262. This Tempest was unusual in that it was a combination of a Tempest 6 and a Tempest 2. So a little bit of a different kit than you would usually see from the Tempest, which was usually a Tempest 5. You got some information in different languages, and what the kit would look like if it was built without being painted with the colors that the kit was molded in. So kind of gave you a little bit of a interesting kit. So on the back side here, we've got the window that the early Matchbox kits were known for, so you could see inside and see the multicolored plastic that was being used. You get 3 view drawings or color renditions of the aircraft, decals that are included. You've got what they list as a 488 Squadron, Royal New Zealand Air Force in Singapore in October 41. And then you've also got the Dutch aircraft down here with a Roep 5 Militaire Luchtvaart in the Netherlands East Indies from December 41. A little bit of information here again. Here's the end box. And the other side is basically identical. Let's take a look at the kit itself. That's everything out of it. Set the decals aside for right now. So here's their instruction sheet, a little bit more information, history of the kit, or history of the aircraft itself. Really strong magenta colored rendition of the box cover art, specifications of the Buffalo itself. Get some information about how to build a kit, and then step-by-step instructions. It's a fairly simple kit. It does look like the end here has been cut off, which listed all the PK series aircraft from Matchbox. You have the color callouts. And this is nice, little how to paint some of the details with the color callouts. And Matchbox did give you this multi-position stand, which was kind of cool. We'll see that when we're looking at it. So we've got a set of decals here. Their decals are a little thick. Colors are a little off. But it's nice you do get a choice of multiple aircraft. So the one here, W8142, was actually assigned to 243 Squadron. It was coded WPN, and then it got transferred at some point to 453 Squadron on 26 January. They were kind of consolidating, some of all the aircraft that were left over together. There was 488 Squadron, which had the NF code. But from what I've been able to figure out, this aircraft was never assigned to 488 Squadron directly. Possibly maybe when they were moved, kind of consolidating aircraft together, could have ended up there. But I think this aircraft was lost before that time occurred. So this particular plane was frequently flown by a gentleman by the name of Flying Officer Maurice Blondie Holder. He ended up becoming an ace. He is one of four aces, I think, or guys who had 5 victories during that initial onslaught by the Japanese in Malaya. He ended up being killed in a flying accident on 16 July 1942. And he is supposedly one of the first pilots to have flown any sorties against the Japanese on December 8th. He was strafing barges, landing barges from the Japanese on the Malay Peninsula. So that's a pretty significant person, although probably not accurate squadron markings for that aircraft. So I'm going to show you what I was able to find on this airplane. Now, the Group 5 aircraft from the Militaire Luchtvaart was assigned to the Royal Netherlands East Indies. The Dutch had ordered 92 aircraft from Brewster, but Brewster, being Brewster, wasn't able to get their order completed, and ultimately only 67 aircraft got delivered. During 3 months of combat against the Japanese in the Dutch East Indies, they lost 30 in air combat. 15 were destroyed on the ground, and another 15 were lost in accidents. So pretty much the whole thing was wiped out. 17 pilots were killed. The Dutch did claim 55 kills. How accurate that claim is probably up to dispute. Typically, you can figure about half of that is what actually may have occurred. So kind of about a 1-to-1 kill-to-loss ratio. There is a famous picture of a buffalo in Japanese captured markings, and it may have come from one of these East Indies buffaloes. So you do get the orange triangles representing the Dutch aircraft, and there are the code, the B398 code. So that particular aircraft was lost on February 9th, 1942, on an emergency landing after a dogfight. And so I was able to locate some images of that aircraft, so we'll show those to you here. So now let's take a look at the kit itself. And so we'll start with the fuselage halves. And as you typically see with a lot of these Matchbox kits, the detail's a little soft. The whole molding is kind of soft on a lot of their kits. You do get some details, some recessed panel lines, but they are very, very big. Grand Canyon size if you scaled them out. But you can see, nothing's really crisp, which was kind of common with a lot of these kits. There are some sink marks on the bottom. But you do get the fabric represented here. There's your other half of your fuselage. Really no detail on the inside. You do get your pilot seat, which is very basic. What is nice, though, is that they do give you some interior detailing in the gear, inside the gear well, which is nice. The cowling ring and then the cowling sides are all separate pieces. Here's your gear parts. You get your little pilot guy. He's okay. That's your fuselage. The wheels, they got kind of good coverings on the wheels that are got a little bit of detail to them. And then for the wings, you got again some very heavy recessed panel lining. Good rendition of the fabric covering on the tail surfaces. Fairly simple motor. And then there's your upper wings. And propeller. It's like a cuffed propeller. So not a whole lot of parts. This kit for some reason does have an extra propeller in it. This is some sort of a injection molding tree ended up in the box. And then here's their clear canopy. Not too shabby, fairly thin. Molding's not too bad. The framing is fairly thick, so easy to paint, not necessarily accurate, but definitely easy to paint. It is just all one piece. And what is nice is that the British and Dutch aircraft did not have the telescopic sight, which sometimes shows up on some of the other Brewster kits, so you don't have to deal with a hole in your windscreen. So they did make this in the export model style without the telescopic sight that the Navy used. And here's the Matchbox base in big letter M for Matchbox. And there's the ball joint. That would pop onto here, and then this would fit into the bottom side of the fuselage. So, pretty simple kit, pretty quick. Kind of an unusual choice of using orange and kind of a tan color for this. But did get a little bit extra play value out of it. Matchbox was, I think, trying to capture kids that were growing out of playing with cars, trying to get them into model building to the next age level. And so this is one of the ways that they thought that would appeal to that age group. So Matchbox ended up producing this kit just a few times. They reissued it again in '76 with slightly different box without the window on it. AMT, as part of their partnership with Matchbox, issued a version of it with basically the same box art from Roy Huxley in a little bit of a different style box. And then the later issues in '82 and '91 with the black box with the orange and red striping on it was the final issues of it. I don't believe this has been issued since then, so somewhat of a limited availability on this particular kit. So that's about it for today. If you've built one of these, definitely let us know in the comment section. And if you have, I'm making another call out for people, if you've built any models of the kits that have been featured so far in our videos, and you can take a picture of a model that you've got still of that kit, send it in to us so we can feature it in one of our viewer video build, or viewer build videos that we're putting together. The information for how to send it is in the channel information section, so you can submit your photographs of your built kits, and we'll be putting together something pretty cool with that. So that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a great day.